Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing coming to you with another craft with me. This is another card maker fold idea. I watched a creator over on YouTube. I will link her down below in the description box if you want to check her out. Very vivacious, high energy lady, very fun to watch. She makes the process very, very exciting. So let me show you what it is. It's basically a they call it a lay flat fold. So typically in card making, they make ephemera, or they make their cards so that they have pop-ups and stuff. Well, we need our stuff to be flat. So when I saw that in the description or in the title, I'm like, yes, that's what I'm looking for. So see how this is the mechanism. This is what it looks like when it's like folded like this. And then this folds flat, so it's just looks like a little booklet, right? But then when you open it, it lays flat this way. So you could write here, turn it over, and you could write here. I decided to put a pocket. You do not have to put a pocket. That's just my personal preference. You'll be able to capture, I'll put a picture of these dimensions in the photos at the end of the video. You can check it out. But I'll show you what I made, and then we'll make two together. So I made 3 for the more softer autumn journal. I'm using kit from Scrimping Mommy, and then that other creator, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. It is linked. It's Shabby Autumn, I believe, is the name of the kit. But I love how it turned out. Various places that I'm using different fussy cuts. I did order some from like My Porch Prints and Pink Monarch. Not My Porch Prints, I already had them, but I just forgot about them. And then I did order a fussy cut kit from Pink Monarch Prints. So they're going to go great with these this design. But this is what we have here. So this one is the very first one I made. I did not make a belly band for this, so it could go in a pocket because it measures 5 inches wide. So as long as you had like a gusseted pocket, you'd probably be fine to stick that in a pocket. It also has some tags in. It has a tag in 3 tags, so 1, 2, and 3. And when you open it up, you've got this writing space here, and then if you flip it over, you've got this writing space here. So you've got all of the inside writing space available, just not the full access to the back of it. Sorry, lots of flipping and flopping like that. Okay, so I mentioned in the other video that I really loved this kit by this other lady, the Shabby Autumn one, and I thought that there was ephemera, but there was only one bonus page. So I actually reached out to her. I took a risk and I reached out and asked her if there was a reason why she doesn't create ephemera for this kit, because it's such an adorable kit. And she's like, well, there's one page, a bonus page. and so I said, well, as a journal maker, one page just doesn't do it for us. We use lots of stuff in our journals. And so she made one. She made an ephemera kit, and it is amazing. So this paper that you see here is from her ephemera kit. She put a couple of full-size pages and then a bunch of fussy cuts like this and tags and stuff. So really, really cool. These are some of her tags. So I was really happy. I sent her a message and thanked her, but I need to go back and do a review because that was really going above and beyond. And I think maybe we need to be more vocal with our creators that we're buying from, because maybe they don't know what we want. So that is the first one. And then this is the other one. This is from Scrimping Mommy, and it's got 3 tags in it as well. I'm not going to this one has a belly band, so I will undo this one. So as you know, I love the belly band feature because this allows you to glue this down onto your journal page. And you could actually, on a journal page, you could still write around where this is glued if you wanted to. So your page is still available to you, and then this is removable to be written on. So this one opens like this. Boom, you've got all this writing space here. And again, you've got your, let me flip it that way, like that. And then you've got your writing space here, and then a pocket with 3 tags. So super, super fun. So I will put that back together later. And then this is another one, same design exactly, put a belly band on it. I really like the belly band feature, put a little bit of that lace from Spain there, and then this is a fussy cut. I can't tell you exactly where all the fussy cuts are from. They will be linked. If there's something that you're looking for that you don't see, please let me know. And again, the link is over on my blog. There will no longer be supply list links in the social media or in YouTube or any of that. So it will be all over on the blog, and the link to that specific blog post is always down below in the description box. So let's get going. So I thought, why not create some of the ephemera while I'm creating the fall ephemera or the autumn journal ephemera, and I'm going to work on this fairy journal as well, which I showed you in the video before this one. So we're going to make one for that journal, and we're going to make one for this much brighter tones. This is from Wild Rose Boho, so we're going to be making that for the journal. So let's start with this one. So I'm just going to move some things out of the way because we are going to need to get the score tool over here. I'm still playing around with my light, guys. It's been such a frustration. It's just like, it goes along, everything's working fine, and then all of a sudden it just like, what is going on? Why isn't it working? Why is it flickering? So, and I mentioned in the other video that my windows and stuff were all taped up, and the tape is all removed now, so I'm feeling a lot better to not have my windows all darkened. So I have already prepared all of the pieces, but I will talk to you about dimensions here as we go. So I've got a little fussy cut. Again, I don't remember which place this is from, but it will be linked, and then this is one of the fall quotes that is linked, and then this is our top. So what I decided to do, instead of fussing with a print for the base, I decided to just go ahead and use the tea stain paper and then just cover that top piece, and then put a pocket. Oh, I didn't get a pocket for this one. Maybe we won't do a pocket on this one, or maybe I'll come back and do it. What happened? Maybe I was thinking that I would just show you this one without a pocket, so we can totally do that. So I'm just going to move these things out of the way, and then what we're going to do is bring the score tool over, and I'm going to show you the dimensions. So this is 10 inches tall, so this is it would be your letter size, so it is 10 and 3/4 inches tall by 5 1/4 inches wide. So we are going to score it at 2 3/4 first. Now I did find that no matter how I measured this out, I still have to trim a little bit off. I'm not sure why, but it is totally fine. So 2 3/4 is our first score line, and then 5 1/2 is the second score line. Okay, we can get that out of the way ish. Okay, and then just go ahead and fold this one back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and burnish that. It is Sunday the 7th, so for those of you who know the story, I am doing better today, so I'm a little bit more clear-headed. So see, there's just that little bit of overhang. We'll deal with that. Well, I probably should deal with it now because that's the part where that's going to go on, our other piece is going to go on. So I'm just going to shave that off. I'm actually going to just bring the cutter over here again. And I don't know why that's happening. I don't know if I'm not scoring very precisely or what, but I just need to take like just a sliver off, like a 1/16 of an inch, you know, like really tiny sliver. So that should do it. That's better. Okay, so we're all burnished up. And so what I'm going to do, because we want to ink before we do anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and I'm going to ink around the front and back of this piece, and then I'm going to ink around the front and back of this, as well as my my folds. So I'll be right back. Of course, as always, if you are not an inker, don't you worry about this step. I just like that ink always. So but if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. Okay, so now this folds like this. So it's this kind of fold here, a W fold, and then I like to keep this out, but it's going to get glued on here so that it's hanging over. So if I was to fold that, see how that is going to be on there. Boom. Oh, clear as mud, right? Go ahead and say it. Clear as mud. Clear as mud. Okay, let me see what direction this is supposed to go. Okay, let me put that glue down. I'm still a little bit out of sorts, but much better. We even cooked dinner and made the chicken for my lunches this week, and Trying to prepare my heart and mind for the week. There we go. So we're just going to set this on here. I'm going to try to line it up as best I can, but I'm also just going to pick it up and straighten it if needed, okay? Looking on both sides to see that, oh, that was perfect cut. Perfect cut. Okay. There we go. So that's what you have. And then it just goes like this. So we're going to leave this one like this. So just in case you want to go this minimalistic, and that's probably what I was thinking as I was preparing, is that then you have all of this writing space and all of this writing space. But let's go ahead and do our belly band. So this is where we have the overhang. It's right there. And so I am not going to fret about it on this one. Let me see what that is. It's about 5 1/8, and I'm not sure what's happening with this. You know what? We should probably just even it up, because if you are going to put this in a pocket, you don't want that extra bit. That would be problematic. So I'm just going to do that, put that in there, and then just fold that back. Oh, that's not even taking anything off, Cara-Renee. What the what? Okay, I'm just going to take a bit off. I'm just going to estimate here. That looks about right. Again, I'm not sure how that's happening because, yeah, because now it's not. So when it's like this, it's even up, which is what I'm more concerned about versus this, okay? So let's just ink this really quick so I don't forget, since we trimmed that off. And I don't know, I know I owe you guys a Beloved Beauty Monthly, but I don't know if I'm going to get it done. I may have to double up and do September and October at the same time. I'm not sure. We'll see what the week holds. I haven't forgotten about the challenge in the Facebook group. I just have been offline. I'm trying to be offline as I'm taking care of myself currently, so just inking this baby up. I think this one's from My Porch Prints, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong. Really beautiful images because it's got all these colors in it, which I think is just so lovely. And then we've got a strip of paper. This is that same paper I used in the previous video. And I do apologize. I have reached out to Rose because I got all the files and I'm going out to look on Etsy, and I don't think she's gotten them all out there yet. So be patient. When I see them out there, I will update the supply list and the links at that time. But right now they're not there. So I'm debating on, do I want that bit? I think I want more of the pink. We're going to go for the pink. So same as before, you guys have seen me do this over and over. I'm just going to fold a little bit over on this edge. Put that back in there. And then we don't want it to be too tight, so I'm going to be loosey-goosey over here. A little bit loosey-goosey anyway. Okay, pull that back out so you can get it straight when you fold it and give that final burnish. Final fold there. Okay, and it's longer. Well, I guess it's just about right, so we'll leave that the way it is. And what did I didn't even pull the glue out. What is going on in the world? We're going to go ahead and glue this shut, and then we'll ink it, and then we'll decorate it a little bit. And then we'll do the sunflower one. I'm so excited about that journal, you guys. I'm probably going to do more on camera than I was mentioning, so I'm just going to do it alongside my autumn journals. So it's all right. Just going to even that up. I don't know what happened. And ink that up. I love this paper, but I can't figure out what kit it is. It must not be on the Etsy shop yet. So she responds pretty fast, so I'll let you go. I might even be able to fix it before the video goes up. I'm running behind, so this video goes up. Oh no, this video doesn't go up until Wednesday. So I did get a Monday video done, so that'll be up. You will have already seen it by the time you see this one. Okay, so, and you've seen me do this before as well. This should have been wider because that would have been more stable. Let's see if I've got another piece. I'm going to do that again, guys, because I feel like this is such a big fussy cut. I want that belly band to be wider. So I'm just going to bring this over, my apologies. And I'm going to make it, because this is a tall fussy cut. So it is 3 3/4 inches tall. We don't need it to be exactly that, but I'm going to turn this. I want to get as much of that pink in as I can. So we're just going to go, I'm going to go to 3. Go a little bit smaller, 2 3/4. A little bit smaller. I just don't want it hanging over a ton, so how about there? Whoops. Cut it, Cara-Renee. Sorry about that, guys. We will do that process again. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So this one you can just start, you know. I just really want to make sure I get that pink. So that's what I'm really aiming for, is as much of that pink as I can get to tie in with this whole design here. So we've got that beautiful bit of pink there. So you can make your belly bands any width that you like. So, and again, I'm going loose. Okay. Go ahead and fold that. See, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to figure out what you want to do. So our house used to be like this kind of a weird green. I don't know who chose it. My husband and his dad years and years ago, 20 years ago. But he couldn't get the exact match, so he had to change it. So it's like, it's almost teal. It's like totally up my alley. It looks like it could be a fairy house. Like a fairy is going to get very confused and they're going to think they can just come and live here, which is fine. It's fine with me. But it's really pretty. It's just a gorgeous color. So he worked so hard this weekend getting that all finished. So he just has a small bit left on the back side where our deck is that he's going to do next weekend. And then he'll come and do all the trim and all that with a different color. I don't think I can talk him into anything fun though. But it looks really nice. It looks so fresh because we were originally going to redo our siding and our windows, but he wants to wait till he's completely retired to do that, so it's stress-free. Doesn't have to worry about getting up and going to work. He can just work on it whenever he wants. So we needed to get more longevity out of our siding. So this will buy us a couple years, so a few years probably. Okay, so that's the way that's going to go, and then we're going to go. Oh, that one's really pretty too. Oh, I have to put this side because we glued that side. So let's just get her on. Actually, let's put this on first because I'm going to have a slight overhang, not as much as we would have had. So I think I'm going to put her right there. Actually, I'd like to see that gold too. So we'll put her off to the side here. So we just have a little bit that's going to hang over. So my little trick, as you guys know and have seen me do, is you do this, make a pencil mark, and don't put glue there. That's as easy as that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabri-Tac because I want to have time to move it. Yep, just like that. So then you can line those edges up with your pencil lines and you're good to go. I'll go and ink that when it's dry so it's not white on the back. Typically I have so many fussy cuts to cut that I just didn't run them through the printer on the back side, so I don't think I will either. But that's pretty. I like that. So let's go ahead and put this on now. You have to be careful of that little bit. Now you could trim that off if you didn't want to be bothered by that. You could just trim off those cinnamon sticks, I think is what they are, because it could take a little bit of abuse. So that's unfortunate. I would have liked that to not cover those flowers, but that is okay. So let's go ahead and put our word on. We've got the beauty of fall is in its ability to make everything look like a fairy tale. That I can agree with. So see, I just have to reframe fall. that it's the fairies love the fall because it's magical and the colors are so beautiful. So that's what I'm going to tell myself to get through this season. So yeah, that's really pretty. Oh, we could actually kind of stick that under there. That might be a nice touch. Or up here. Can we? Can we? Yeah. I think we should put that there. What do you think? Yeah, let's just do it. That is really pretty. Very, very simple. So this one is lots of writing space. So I'm going to show you the other way. Okay. So here is our, I'm going to just move some stuff. It's always about shifting the junk here anytime I have to bring the cutter in. So let's just see what we've got here. And all of a sudden everything got dark. It's so weird. Like it's adjusting. I don't understand. It is what it is. You know what? I think the lights went off. Or did I turn them off? I can't remember. Okay, so I'm going to set all these things over here because I'm losing my mind. So again, it is 10 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches this way. So we're going to start with our 2 3/4 inch score line. And then 5 1/2. And it might be because I fudged the dimensions to make it the way I wanted it to be. So it could be that that has kind of wrecked the process here, which is why I might be getting a little bit of overhang that she wasn't getting. So again, fold that back, give that a burnish, and then fold this back. Yeah, because we've got that same overhang. And that's so strange. It's just the slightest little bit too. Let's just do it by hand. Just be careful you don't cut your fold open. It's the risky business here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So that's that. So same. I'm going to take a moment and ink all this up and I'll be right back. So you could use any paper you wanted on this. It could be a pattern paper. It's just totally up to you. I would use something that can be written on, but you guys can, you can decide that for yourself. But so here it goes. So it folds like that again. And again, this measures, well, this is just slightly over 5 inches. How is that possible? That's probably why we're getting wrong here. It's 5 1/8 or 5 1/8. So I need to probably adjust something in the measurements, but I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to use this beautiful image for this. I forgot to ink it, but we'll just chat a few minutes here. But isn't she so beautiful? I just love her her translucent wings. And I actually have to tell you a funny story. So at work, I just die of heat. Like I'm always looking for a paper or something to fan myself because we get so overheated because we're moving like, and when we're outside and you come in and it's just so hot. And so I just took my laminator and I took 2 of my favorite images from this kit and I laminated them back to back. And so I have it's like about a 5 by 8 laminated card that I can use. It just sticks. It's very low profile in my bag that I have to carry all day long. And it's going to be perfect. So it's not this image that I use, but I did use one of my favorites. So, okay, so this is going to get glued on there, just as I said. So I'm going to open that up just because it's easier for me to have that be flat. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Fabri-Tac just so I can have time to move it. These would be adorable. Well, I don't know that you could sew them because you've got this extra. You couldn't sew it. You could sew around your, this piece that's going on the top, but I don't think you could sew it otherwise. I need to sew more in my journals in the ephemera projects, but it's kind of a hassle. There we go. Yeah, perfect cut, Cara-Renee. And I love the light up there. I just think that's so inviting. It's so beautiful. There we go. Okay, looks good. Okay, so on this one, we're going to do a pocket. So I want to retain all this space. Now, forgot that I'd have that because I put that color paper, but that's okay. Just interesting. Or what we could do is put our pocket here and leave the full back open. I think that's what I'll do. I'll put the pocket here. It doesn't matter which way you do it. And I think this would be better because I chose this paper. So let's just do that. I'm going to go ahead and ink this. I already did my thumb notch just to save time. And the pocket can be whatever height you want. I just kind of randomly picked a height that comes about 1/2 of an inch from the top of the panel. So a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of an inch, but isn't that perfect? It's not quite a, oh, I know why, because this is, that's why. So when we close this, see how we got more? So we're going to trim that again because that's going to mess up my pocket now. So that's why my pockets were having trouble on the samples I was doing. I did it off camera. There we go. I'm going to come back to you. We're going to have a fantastical video on how to make some cool, magical, fairy hidden paper clips for our journal. So I hope you guys don't mind that I am going to throw another journal into the mix, but it's what I need to do for my own well-being, is just to have that bit of bright, sunny magicalness. Yes, it's a word, magicalness, into my fall here. October is not any better, just so you know, which is why I don't do Halloween. So in my group, that's one of my rules in the group for being a member is no witchcraft, no dark, no Halloween, no gothic stuff. I can't do it. It's too close to home, and so October is difficult as well, but September does tend to be the hardest. So isn't that lovely? I'm glad that I decided to put it there. You still have a little bit of writing space here, or you could put an interesting image there as a panel, but I like that too. And then all of this is your writing space on the back. Okay, and let's go ahead and do the belly band, and then we'll work on this little bit of ephemera. So I've got this strip, which is the same paper that we have on the inside. So let's go ahead and do our same process. I know it's very repetitive, isn't it? Doesn't matter where we fold this because it's all the same. This yellow paper is from Riley B. Graphics. And it is, I believe it is linked, so over on the blog, so I'll make sure. Again, trying to keep that kind of loose, especially since we don't have anything in the pocket. I better do that again because we don't have anything in the pocket yet. So I want to make sure I don't go too tight with that. It can be kind of hard to get it to bend to your whim. That should be fine. Okay. And then again, just straighten that out. A little bit of glue. More than a little bit. About almost 1/2 of an inch. Okay. There we go. A little bit of ink. I did get some new lace, so maybe I'll use that lace on our belly band. Let me show you it. I just purchased some lace off Amazon because my local store in town that I always rave about doesn't have, they don't have anything anymore. And Joann's is out of business, and Michael's, you know, lace, or they don't have much of a selection. But look at these that I got. Oh, I just dropped one. One is brown and one is this color, and then I also got a pink one. So it is the auto exposure. That's what's going on. Sorry guys. But isn't that a beautiful color? It matches exactly. Let's open it up. See if we want to use it. It just came today, so I haven't even put it in its home yet. But isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, this could go right on that belly band. What? I think we should do it. Let me show you what else we've got for the belly band though. So we've got this little image. Could go right on top of there. It's a little firefly, magical firefly. I don't know if that's too much. What do you think? It's really the only place you could put it though. So, yeah, I think we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna grab a paper towel because I'm gonna need that for patting. Sorry, I'm distracted by the light here. I keep thinking about what's going on with it. Because if I turn the auto exposure off, then it's too dark and I just can't figure it out. Just can't figure it out. So we're just gonna put it here, kind of in the middle-ish. And then I just like to pat it with the paper towel. Once I get it lined up, just use one side to get it straightish. And I just kind of push into that so I can get excess glue out as well. Okay, there we go. These scissors are not cutting very well, so I'm going to grab the sewing scissors here. Just to trim that baby off. Oh, so much better. I'm struggling with those other scissors. It's crazy. Thought for a second I cut through something. There we go. Love it. Love it. So I don't think we need to really worry about, stickage. I don't think we really need to worry about keeping this off while we put that circle on. I think we'll be fine. And just going to stick, do I not have a pocket for the, oh, there's the pocket. I don't want to put that on yet, so forgive me guys. Clearly a little off still. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and it kind of goes like that. She's kind of flying away. So I'm going to do our little trick just to be safe. It's no fun getting a bunch of glue where you don't want it. It's hard to overcome. My husband's birthday's tomorrow. He is going to be 63 tomorrow. I think I'm gonna, so there's a bakery in town, and it seems like I always want to go there on a Monday to get him a special treat, and they're closed on Mondays, so I need to get him a special treat. I won't get dinner because I never know when he's going to get home, and it's kind of a thing. I don't feel like that's even, but it's not. Let's fix it. That's way too off. You can use your grid if you've got a grid. Be a little bit more precise than I am being. Yeah, like that. Now our lines are off. Doesn't have to be precise, so they're just a guide. Okay. And then these are grungy fairy words that I used when I did the fairy journals with using my Porch Prints kits. And I think I want this Shimmering Wings one because I think it fits this. So I'm just reaching for my fussy cut scissors. I'm going to trim this up really quick. Called Grungy Fairy Labels, which I love. I love. And I couldn't find them on my computer, so I went to the shop that I got them from, and it says they're out of stock, which I don't know what that means. How do you be out of stock on a digital item? But so I'm glad I got them because I found them on my computer after that. But so I don't think you can get these, is what I'm saying. But I love them. I used a lot of them in those two journals. I did a lap book journal, fairy journal, and I did another regular journal. Okay, so we're a little off here, so I'm wondering if we should go over here. I think I'm going to look in my bling drawer, see if there's anything that would go with this. Do we have any yellow things or something else magical-ish? So much stuff in here. We've got some gold. That's, you can't get more magical than gold, right? Just pull that out and decide where we want it. So I think I want to put this over here, kind of up. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. Ah! Oh my goodness gracious, Cara-Renee. Gosh. Oh, the struggle. The struggle is real. I'm going to go up there. Gosh darn it. I got it all over my fingers. I don't usually do bling like this or three-dimensional stuff, but I think it's really pretty for this journal. So look at that. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Okay, so these are the ephemera pieces. So these are just pages from the kit. I mentioned I would have to shrink them down. So I think these are 2 to a page, or they might be something I just generally resized. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and just ink these up really quick, and I'll be right back. I don't really have any scraps for this kit yet, so I don't have anything to make a tab for. I'll probably put a tab on here later before I upload the video. And put, what I like to do is when there's 3 things to go in the pocket, put the tab on like this one. And so the way they're going to go in here is just kind of next to, well, the pocket is tight because I didn't check the glue landscape here. So let me just try to open that a little bit. A little beside myself. There we go. So I'll put one in here. They should all 3 fit in here. It looks like it's a little bit big. So I'll probably have to trim those down just a smidge, but they're basically going to go in here. This pocket's not very wide for such big cards, but we'll make it work. So I just space them like that. Oh my goodness. Bottom glue line is thick as well, so I have to take them out, but I'll have to shave them down a little bit, and then I'll put the tab on this one and she'll be kind of center. And that'd be fun if she was peeking up. And I'll probably do something on the pocket because I didn't think about that. So I'll finish it off camera, but let's go ahead and slide this on just so you can see what she looks like all finished. It does cover up our beautiful fairy, but it just makes it more magical in my opinion. So just slide that in there. That's a little tight. You want to leave more room than that. Leave more room than that. There we go. So we can hide her. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So that is it, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed the video and I wasn't too bonkers for you all, but I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.